Good morning guys! Welcome to my vlog. This is Teacher Angel and today, papakita ko sa inyo, i-assist ko kayo, parang walkthrough of some sort sa module ng English 9. Ayan siya. So, kasama tayo sa napili for dry run. Kaya, nung Monday, nag-distribute kami or ako ng modules sa parents. And sasagutan nito for the whole week. And then on Friday morning, 9 AM, ay ibabalik din nila ulit itong mga modules na ito na may sagot na. So may yung ibang subjects, katulad sa akin sa English 9, nag-provide ako ng answer sheets, mga bond paper. And yung mga iba naman na hindi nag-provide ng bond paper, nag-require sila ng notebooks para doon isusulat yung answers. So we have set A and set B, tapos palitan siya. So ngayon, sasagot sila, isusulat nila sa set A notebooks nila yung answers, and then ipapasa nila yon sa October 5. Ngayon, pag regular na yung distribution and retrieval nitong mga modules na ito, ay every Friday na lang. So, halimbawa, ipapasa nila yung set A, and then kukunin nila yung set B, and then the following week, palit naman ulit. So, yan. At, itong ating module ay good for 1 week. So, module 1, tapos for week 1. Ngayon, dito sa loob, makikita natin dito, andyan, no, yung information about sa module na ito. Kung para saan, tapos, sino yung development team, and so on. Okay, so yung una natin is the overview. Ayan siya. Sabi dito, this lesson will help you express permission, obligation, and prohibition using modals. This module will also enhance your knowledge on the use of modals in sentences. So, ito siya. Matututo kayo na gumamit ng modals. Yan yung ating objective, no? So, first we have the pre-assessment. So, kapag sinabi natin pre-assessment, huwag kayong ma-stress. Huwag kayo agad nervyusin. Kasi kapag pre-assessment, i-measure lang kung ano na ba yung nalalaman ninyo. So, aalamin, itong mga to, parang test lang siya para malaman kung ano na ba yung mga alam mo tungkol sa modals. So, nakalagay dito sa instruction, read the following sentences and tell whether these are true or false. Write your answers on the space provided before each number. O diba, true or false? So, sa mga exams natin, nung tayo yung mga bata pa, di ba? Minsan, ito yung part na madaling manghula. Huwag lang lalagyan na i-correct kung false yung statement. So, ito, true or false. So, importante ito, guys, na kahit na hindi siya graded, itong pre-assessment, ay sagutan natin ng with full honesty, kasi dito nga mame-measure kung ano na agad yung alam natin about sa modals. So, we have 5 sentences here. And, isusulat lang kung true or false yung nakasaad doon sa sentence. Okay. Sige. Okay. So, for the parents, one thing that you must remember, based din dun sa aking So, parents, you need to remember para hindi kayo masyadong ma-stress. Hindi ibig sabihin na modular yung learning delivery mode ay kayo na yung magiging teacher. Hindi po ganon. For the parents, your main role is to monitor. I-check kung ginagawa talaga ng bata yung mga dapat nilang gawin and make sure na sagutan nila yung modules. And also, about the modules, yung instruction po dito ay huwag pong sulatan yung ating modules. So, it's either dun sa kanilang notebook or sa answer sheets na provided by the teachers. Kasi, ang instruction sa amin dito, yun nga, huwag pasulatan para just in case na, huwag naman sana, pero just in case na ganito pa rin yung delivery mode next school year, ay hindi na tayo gagastos ng ganun kalaki sa ink at saka sa papers. Yun. Okay, so kapag nasagutan na yung pre-assessment, basahin naman natin yung learning objectives for this module. So sabi dito, upon successful completion of this module, ito kalagay para madaling basa. Learner must be able to define modals, determine the different functions of modals in sentences, and use modal verbs in sentences correctly. So, after nitong module na to, dapat alam na ni learner kung ano ang modal. Dapat alam na niya kung ano-ano yung iba't ibang functions na modal sa sentences. At lastly, kaya nang gumamit ng modal sa sentences correctly. And, ayan, ito yung curriculum guide reference code and duration. So, EN 9G-IVC-23. And duration is 1 week. So, yan. Kasi nga, diba, weekly module natin. Next, we have the content. So, eto sa ating content. Below is an excerpt taken from the article, Roles and Responsibilities of Family Members. So, yan yung title. Bali, ipapabasa natin siya sa learner. Okay. So, sige dyan lang. Sabi dito, family members must live in peace and harmony. To achieve this, each member should be aware of his or her duties and responsibilities. One can't be rude and disrespectful while performing his or her duty inside the house. Children mustn't disobey their parents. Each family member can contribute to the success of their family in the future. So, sa paragraph na yon, merong mga naka-bold na words. We have 1, must. Number 2, should. Number 3, can't. Number 4, mustn't. And number 5, can. So, we have 5. Now, the questions, yung questions na dapat natin tanungin, what do the words in boldface do in the sentence? Ano ba yung ginagawa nila doon sa sentences? Para saan sila? What do they express? Anong sinasabi nila? And when do we usually use them? Tuwing kailan natin ginagamit itong si must, should, can't, mustn't, and can? What are they called? Ano ang tawag dito sa mga words na ito? Now, if we will continue reading, sabi pa, the words highlighted in the above sentences are called modals. A modal is a type of a helping verb that is used to express permission, obligation, and prohibition. Modals are also used in sentences to express necessity, probability, advice, willingness, and ability. Modals are also called special verbs because they behave irregularly in English. They are different from the normal verbs like work, play, visit. They give additional information about the function of the main verb that follows it. Modals also never change their form. You can't add s, ed, or ing to modal verbs. So, ayan, dito pa lang sa explanation na ito, na mababasa rin natin sa module mismo, dito siya, ayan, sa content na part, makikita na agad natin kung tama ba yung sagot ng learner doon sa ating pre-assessment. Kasi yung questions doon, dito makikita na agad yung answers. And, ina-explain din dito, no? Makikita na agad natin yung definition. Nandito na agad yung definition. Ano nga ba ang modal? So, we have there a type of helping verb and so on. And then, we also have the function. Para saan ba ito ginagamit? We have here, it is a type of helping verb that is used to express permission, obligation, and prohibition. Modals are also used in sentences to express necessity, probability, advice, willingness, and ability. So, dun pa lang makikita na natin. Pero dapat, the learner should understand kung ano yung ibig sabihin nito. Kapag sinabi natin na modal, yun express ng permission, payag ba? Obligation, kailangan ba talagang gawin? And prohibition, bawal ba? Okay. And the other uses, di ba, na mention dito ay express necessity. Gaano? Kailangan ba talaga? Probability, sa tingin mo, palagay mo. Advice, ano yung dapat gawin? Willingness, gusto mo ba? Gusto bang gawin? And ability, kaya ba? So, yun, yung ating mga uses or the functions of modals. Okay. So, sinabi rin dito, hindi siya katulad ng ibang verbs sa English, diba? Hindi siya pwedeng basta nagdagdagan ng S or ng ED or ng ING. Okay, so after that, sa baba, dito makikita ninyo, there is a list of modal verbs, pati yung kanilang function, and then sample sentences. So yan, makikita na natin, no? Ano? Identified yung modal verbs. And then, ano yung function? Ano yung gamit nito sa sentences? And then, meron na agad na examples para mas madaling maintindihan ng learners. So, yung modals, guys, medyo, isa siya dun sa mga lessons sa English na mahirap tandaan or mahirap makabisado. Pero dito sa examples natin, halimbawa, ikaw yung learner. So, kung learner man na nanonood or parent din, para mas madali yung paintindi, gagamit tayo ng isa lang na example. So, for example, yung can, permission, must, obligation. Parang kailangan natin i-explain. Ano ba yung permission? Ano ba yung obligation? Ano ba yung prohibition? So, guys, kunwari, I'm addressing the learner sa permission, kung pwede ba o hindi. Obligation, ibig sabihin, kailangan mong gawin. And kapag sinabi natin na prohibition, hindi pwede or hindi kaya. Yan yung ating ibig sabihin ng ating mga functions. So, may examples na given dito sa module, no? You can leave now. We must complain the matter to the police. So, gagamit tayo ng isang example. So, for example, si Reven, halimbawa, si Reven, yan siya. Reven, punta ka dito, kay ka. Ayusin mo. Ayan, si Reven. Ayan, halimbawa si Reven, siya yung gagamitin natin example. Sabihin natin na, Reven, pwede ka nang kumain or kailangan mo nang kumain. So, papapalitan lang natin kasi same lang naman yung function. Pero yung nag-iiba lang dyan kapag nagpaka-technical na tayo. Pero wag muna ngayon kasi ito lang muna yung sa grade 9 natin. Pwede ka nang kumain, so ipagamit natin. Paano mo yung sasabihin kay Reven gamit ang can? Paano mo yung sasabihin sa kanya gamit ang must? Paano mo sasabihin sa kanya gamit ang have to? At yung mga iba pa nating example ng modal verbs dito sa list sa module. So, sa pamamagitan nun, parang matatandaan ng learner yung function as well as magagamit niya. Alam niya kung paano gamitin ng tama itong mga module. Itong mga modals na ito. Now, we have here points to remember. Can is a modal used to ask for and give permission. It means something is allowed and can be done. Both can't and mustn't are modals used to show that something is prohibited or is not allowed. So, yan. Makikita na agad natin pag can, pwede. Pag must, yan dapat gawin, no? Now, can't and mustn't, ibig sabihin naman kabaliktaran, hindi mo pwedeng gawin. Can't tells us that something is against the rules. Mustn't is usually used when the obligation comes from the person who is speaking. On one hand, there are two types of modal verbs of obligation. Those that primarily express a firm obligation or necessity, like must and have to, and those that express a recommendation or moral obligation, should and ought to. So after that, ito na yung ating exercise. Let's enhance your learning. So underline the correct modal verb for each sentence. So, pipiliin lang, no, guguhitan, underline, kung ano yung tamang gamitin na modal sa bawat sentence. So, exercise A is consists of 10 items, number 1 to 10 yan. Sa B, we have the instruction, fill in the sentences with the correct modal verbs. Choose from can, must, have to, should, ought to, can't, and mustn't. So, yan yung mga pagpipilian. So, kung sa A, exercise A ay underline mo kung ano yung tamang gamitin ng modals. Dito naman ay isusulat mo naman sa blank. Fill in the blank naman ito kung ano yung dapat na gamitin modal. And then, sa exercise C, the instruction is, which of the following modal verbs fit in the gaps below? Choose your answer from must or mustn't. So, dalawa lang yung pagpipilian. Yung answer is either must or mustn't. So, isusulat lang yon sa blank. Pero, we need to remember, reminder nga pala, no, that we are not supposed to write anything on the module. So, ang gagawin na lang natin, piliin na lang natin kung ano yung answer, and then, yun yung isulat natin doon sa answer sheet or sa notebook. Okay, so after the exercises, meron naman tayong activity, and it is entitled, Share Your Prohibitions. So, sabi dito, coronavirus disease or COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. It has disrupted billions of lives and endangered the global economy. As a responsible citizen of the country, what are the things that you or we must do and mustn't do amidst this pandemic? Complete the sentences below. So, doon sa ating exercises, pipili lang usually kung alin yung tamang modal na gamitin. But this time, sa ating activity, it is more of constructing your own sentence. So, nakalagay lang sa A, we must. Then, we have numbers 1 to 5. So, you should give 5 sentences using we must. So, ibig sabihin, ilalagay nyo dito kung ano yung dapat nating gawin para maiwasan natin itong coronavirus disease na ito or COVID-19. Ano ba yung dapat nating gawin as a responsible Filipino? And sa B, we mustn't naman yung umpisa ng sentences. So, you are going to give 5 sentences. You are going to compose 5 sentences na nagsasabi kung ano yung mga hindi natin dapat gawin as responsible Filipinos para maiwasan ang pagkalat ng COVID-19 or ma-mitigate, mabawasan natin yung masamang epekto nitong COVID-19. Okay, next we have practice your modal verbs. So the instruction here is look at these signs below and write down the rules, regulations, or advice they give. Use any of the modal verbs. The first one is done for you. So, may example na agad. So, ito yung example na sign. Yan. Warning. So, yan. Mirror siya. Sabihin ko na lang. Warning. Do not enter construction area. Authorized personnel only. So, yung sample or yung possible answers dito ay we mustn't enter the construction area without permission. Perhaps it's dangerous. They only allow authorized personnel to enter the area. So, yung ginamit doon na modal is mustn't kasi nga hindi dapat. Or pwede rin na we can't enter a site or a building which has a sign like this. It means that any person who is not authorized personnel is not allowed to enter the area. So, parang explain mo lang kung ano yung gustong sabihin nung signs na ibibigay. Kung ano yung pwedeng gawin or kung ano yung hindi pwedeng gawin. So, meron pa yan dito. Ayan, yung caution wet floor. So, ano ba ang dapat gawin or ano yung hindi mo pwedeng gawin kapag nakita mo yung sign na yan. So, marami pang ibang signs doon sa ating module hanggang number 5 siya. So, 5 signs. And then, for the summary, modals are called auxiliary verbs because their main function is to help the main or the principal verb in the sentence. They are used to express prohibition, permission, and obligation. Other functions of modals include necessity, probability, advice, willingness, and ability. The modal verb can is used to express permission. In expression obligation, modal verbs like must, has or have to, should, and ought to are used. Meanwhile, can't and mustn't are used to express prohibition. So parang sinamarize, inulit lang yung mga important points dun sa content natin, sa mga naunang diniscuss sa module. And then, eto na siya. We have the post-assessment. So, after na nabasa mo na yung content and yung rules, lahat ng mga information about sa modals, eto na ngayon yung kailangan mong sagutan. So, letter A, we have determined the function of the following modal verbs used in the sentences. So, parang isusulat mo lang kung paano ba siya ginamit, ano yung function, ano yung purpose ng modal na ginamit sa bawat sentence. So, ito yung inyong pagpipilian. Was it used for A, permission, for obligation, or for prohibition? And then sa B, choose the correct modal verbs for each sentence. So, may given na pipiliin nyo lang kung ano dyan yung tamang gamitin sa bawat sentence na yan. And then, we have C. Ito na yung last. Fill in the sentences using can't or mustn't. So, ibig sabihin, parehong hindi pwede. Kapag can't, hindi pwede or hindi kaya. Kapag mustn't, hindi dapat. So, yan yung sasagutan. Susulat nyo lang doon sa blank. So, that is 1 to 5. Yun na lahat. And then, we have here our references and the metadata. Yun lang. And, congratulations! You're done with the week 1 module of English 9.